Welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is the first day I've been able to make a new video, so we're going to go back to the Boro that I was doing. And I'm glad that you could join me today. I really appreciate it, and I wanted to show you the end product. So I did a bit more stitching on this since the last time I saw you, but I've got enough horizontal and vertical lines here. I don't need to do any more stitching. So today, as I said, I'm going to finish this pouch off. Now I just wanted to show you that on the back I've actually added some of this fusible lining. Now it's a little bit thicker than normal stabilizer, and it's a little bit like a batting, but it's very, very thin. And it has these little dots, and you just heat set it, and it's nice. It gives it a bit of strength, but without being too thick. Now I'm going to actually add this as the lining for this bag. I know that seems a little bit of a strange lining, but I'm not going to see it, and I wanted to use it up. It was just a little scrap I had left over. You can see I've had to join it down the center, but you're actually not going to see that when I've done the bag. The other thing that I'm going to add to this is I'm going to add this covered button. So I had this 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters across there button that I found, a covered button, and I've actually covered it. Yes, it's 3 centimeters. I've actually covered it in a little bit of knit fabric, which I think goes really well. The textured knit goes really well with this. Now this, yes, is a hairband, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew the button on. I'm going to attach this underneath, so it's going to form the catch. If I had a blue one it would be better, but I have a black one, so we're going to go with that. Now, how am I going to construct this bag? Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down here, and I'm going to sew down here. Now, this has a little bit of thickness about it, but that's okay. It's not going to be too thick. So then I'll end up with that shape. Now, that shape is enough. I'm just checking I've got it the right way. Yes, that shape is enough to put my rulers in, or my templates in, I should say. So that's what I want to do there. The lining is the same. I'm just going to put right sides together, and I'm going to sew down there. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. But before I do all that, I'm just going to quickly get a bit of thread, and I'm going to sew this button on because I think it'll be easier to do if I sew it on now. So I've just measured it, and you can see I've got a little white dot there. And I'm just going to place this button here. Now, if it's incorrect later, I can actually change it, but I'm just going to do it this way and just see if this actually works. Now, I had a lot of difficulty finding this size self-covering button. I thought there was something easy I could do, but you know, again, I had to order it online, and I just actually happened to find one in my stash of things, so I was really happy about that. I did have another large button I thought I could use, but I think this one's fine. I like the knit. I like the contrast of the knit actually. So self-covering buttons are great. Add a lot of texture to this project. Alright, I think that's plenty. It's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to go off to the sewing machine in a moment, and I'm going to sew up this edges. It's only a simple edge, so I'm not going to take you to the sewing machine. But I am going to make sure that this is very well secured. I may have to make an adjustment. I'm not sure. We'll just see. Making an adjustment later is fine. Okay. So I'll be back in a second after I've finished sewing this. I'm back from the sewing machine, and you can see that I've just made this, sew this up. So we have like a little bag here. And I'm going to and I've used this dark blue thread. So what I've done is I've gone around and I've turned this over, and it's basically 1 centimetre. And I've just used these clips because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the lining inside. So I'm just using these quilting clips. Now here you can notice that I have a little mark, and that's where this little piece of this hair clip needs to go. And just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to just sew it through here so that it stays together. Easier said than done by the look of that. I just want to draw it together so that I can sew over it later. Now I'm going to sew this with a sewing machine because you can see that's not very easy, but I just want to hold it. It's not going to do anything else for now. It's just simply going to hold it in that shape so that it's easier for me to actually sew it on. Now it has to be placed like this so that it goes over and can clip in to the button on the other side. So that will go, that will go there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to turn this inside out because I find it easier to do that way. So now on these edges, just clip them close. I could have done box edges, but I didn't do box edges for this. And then turn it inside out, and I've got a bone folder here. You could use anything. Just be careful not to push through that edge and actually wreck it. Actually, they're fairly good, so I don't think they're going to need that much coaxing. Now that's perfect. That's fine. So let's put the little bag into this direction. Just being a bit gentle with it here. I really do like this lining. I'm going to get some more of this if I can remember where I got it from. Okay, so as you can see, it's a really nice little bag. It's looking really good. It's actually really nice. I think I might make another one like this and turn it into a little handbag, little shoulder bag. That'd be really nice as well. Okay, so now we need to put the lining inside. Now, make sure the lining is like this, and you just need to pop it in here. Make sure it goes into the corners. Use your bone folder to make sure it's all the way down there. Now if you think it's going to not stay, I just secure it like that with a couple of clips. And if you pull it now, it doesn't go anywhere, so that's fine. So just make sure I've got it right into the actual bag. It's flattish. Okay. For some reason it looks like it might be a little bit bigger than the bag, and I don't want to adjust it. So I might just pull it out. No, it seems okay. So what I need to do now is one of two things. This, actually I should sew that there as well. Okay, I've got thread. I'm just going to attach that there as well, because I'm just going to attach it to the bottom, not going to attach it to the top. I should have done that before, but sorry, it just occurred to me. And it doesn't matter what colour I use here because you're not going to actually see it. Sorry, I'm a bit shaky today. Oops, and of course I've lost my thread. Hope everyone's having a good day today. We've just come into a lot of rain, and it's rained every day this week. Oh, actually, thunderstorm last night and then rain every day this week. So it's a bit dark and gloomy here, so wonderful time to sit in my studio and just sew. So I'm just going to attach that there, so when I sew it over later it should be fine, and then I can just show you how the mechanism works before I put it all together. It doesn't need, again, this is just holding it so that I can actually sew it into the right place. Okay, so when it's finished, the lining's in, that will come over the top like that and attach here. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so what do we do with the lining now? The lining is in there, Now there are two ways to this. You could press this on the outside. I normally just do it like this as I go around. I just fold it under, and I've left quite a lot, you can see there. So I've got here basically, I've left nearly 2.5 centimetres fold under. I always leave a little bit extra because it's easier to work with extra than have not enough and then you can't actually fold it. It's really tedious to try and fold something under when you don't have enough. So when I go to the sewing machine, I'll just hold that in place and it will be fine. I don't mind seeing this little bit of different fabric. It doesn't really worry me. The only thing you need to decide is how close you want this to the edge. Now I've only left 1 centimetre. I might try and maintain that line all the way around, and I have a dark, as you saw, a dark blue thread, so it's going to blend in quite well. I could hand stitch this, but there's a lot of layers there now. That's quite thick, this when it's been turned over. Just busy chatting to you. I need to be careful that I don't actually turn too much over. If it makes it easier, measure it all out before you go. I'm just going eyeballing this because I kind of, if there's a little bit of extra in the bottom of this, it doesn't matter. If it's a little bit extra, that's fine. I'm just seeing how close I got here. If I got a little bit, yeah, no, it's right. I just thought I might have a little bit too much, and actually that would have been good to show you what to do if you have too much. So again, just holding that there. If you've cut the lining a little bit too long, and I've sort of made a good job of it here, it's exactly almost the same, you can either do two things. You can take the lining out and increase one of the seams at the side so that it fits better, or you can put a little tuck in it. It just depends what you want to do. Now, okay, so that's it put together to that standard. So what now I need to do is I need to go over to the sewing machine and I need to sew that in. And as I said, I'm going to try and keep it very close. Now the other thing that just occurred to me is on my sewing machine, you can't do this, but on some sewing machines where the needle is, you can take the case off so that you can put things that you're doing circular in, put the sewing machine in there. I don't know if your sewing machine does that. Back tacked a little bit there just to make sure this was holding in firm. I've used the same colour on the top and in the bobbin so that you can barely see it. So I'll just show you my templates, what I made this for. So my templates fit in there, and something really pretty, keeps them all in one place, and I really like it. Now a couple of other things I wanted to tell you about the actual technique, because I didn't take you to the sewing machine with me, just making sure I got all the templates out. As I said, the top thread and the bobbin thread were the same. When I sewed this, I sewed from this side so that this was, I could see the foot was running along here, so I could keep this edge as even as possible. I increased my sewing stitch from 2.2 to 2.6, so I had a longer stitch, which I prefer if I'm doing this kind of thing. And I started at an edge, actually I started over here. I think I started there, yeah. You can see I started there. And the reason I started on the edge is if you mess it up or you don't get a straight stitch, you don't want it here right at the front where you can see it all the time. You're less likely to see it on the edge. Now I do realise that not everybody wants to make a cover for their templates. So I just want to quickly show you how you could add straps to this and make it a small shoulder bag. So I've just got a template here. Now this is the leftover from the men's shirt. This is actually one of the sleeves which I've cut up just to show you, and I've used it in the project. So if you cut a strip the length that you want it, now you need to measure this on yourself because it differs from body size to body size. You know how tall you are, how long you like to wear your straps or your crossover, because I usually have a crossover bag, and a crossover bag, you know, can be anything from, I don't know, 100, I'm just measuring it off screen, about, you know, up to 130 centimeters, which is basically 52 centimeter strap. But you work out how long you want your strap. Now, I've got an example here where I've made a pattern and I'm going to show you. So if you cut this out and you were to cut it out so that it's 135 centimeters, because you need a little bit of extra, so it's about 52 plus some seam allowance. So you always got to make sure you've got seam allowance. So if you've got this fabric is quite firm, but if it wasn't very firm, you could always put in a very lightweight interfacing onto your strip, and then what you do is you take the strip, you fold it in half, you press it firmly, and then you fold it in half again, and you sew it along these edges, and that will produce a nice firm strap very, very easily. I find this is the easiest way to do this. Make sure you press it firmly, and the light interface will not make it very bulky, but it will give it a lot of strength. So I'm going to show you on the fabric. You fold it in half, you press it, then you fold it in half, these pieces in half into the center, I should say. So you fold it into the center, you fold it in half, make sure it lines up here, pin it, clip it, whatever, and press it very, very firmly. And then if you stitch it like I've done here, and you can't see it, I should have done it in another color, but this is really quite firm. It would be much firmer if you put the interfacing. So when you've made your piece, just as you inserted this, you would, between the outer edge and the lining, prior to sewing, you would insert that in there, just as I inserted that in there, stitch it around, and you'll end up with a small shoulder bag. So if you want any more instructions, or you want me to show you that in another video, if you can just imagine that sewn in there, you end up with quite a funky little shoulder bag. It's plenty big enough to put your phone, your wallet, and a few other essentials in there. So let me know if you'd like to see that in another video, because I'm happy to show you that. But I just thought it might be something for people who don't want to make you know, a cover for their templates, but something a lot more useful. And it would make a lovely shoulder bag, by the way. So thank you for being here today, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the post area or in the comments below whether you would like to see me make this into a shoulder bag, start a new project and make a shoulder bag. Thanks for being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you've liked the video. Please share, hype, do all that lovely YouTube algorithm things. Leave me a comment below, and I hope you have a great day. See you next time, everyone. Bye for now.